Should I use a parenting coordinator? Dustin McCrary, divorce attorney and the founder of the law office of Dustin McCrary, discussed the role that a parenting coordinator might play in a child custody determination. Hi, I'm Dustin McCrary. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'd like to discuss an issue that not all families encounter during a divorce, although a fair number do. Enough to make this topic worth a discussion. Should your family be one of those who needs this important information? Custody is an extremely important issue in a divorce, perhaps the most important issue to most families. It can also be one of the most difficult and most emotional. After all, most parents care far more about their children than they do about their property or alimony or any other divorce issue. Because child custody can be such an emotional issue, however, it's also one of the issues where couples can reach an impasse on their negotiations. The good news is that often people can work through their disagreements with the assistance of knowledge and experienced attorneys, and they can come to an agreement outside of court about child custody that both parents feel satisfied with. But this isn't always the case. Sometimes, for one reason or another, two parents simply can't agree on child custody, and they need to go to court to have the issue decided. When that's the case, when things feel a bit out of control and when it seems difficult to resolve even minor issues, a parenting coordinator can be extremely helpful. What is a parent coordinator, you might ask? A parent coordinator is an expert who's trained specifically to help parents navigate high-conflict custody cases. They're neutral, objective third parties who don't take a specific side. A parent coordinator's job is to help the parents work together to find mutually agreeable solutions that work for everyone. From little decisions like whether or not the child should join the softball team or the basketball team, to big decisions like where the child should go to school or what pediatrician the child should see. A parent coordinator is there to help the parties navigate their issues. How does a parent coordinator do this? It will understandably look slightly different for every couple. After all, every relationship dynamic is unique, and different techniques work better for some couples than others. Generally, though, a parent coordinator will help the couple to learn to communicate in cooperative and effective ways. Those who find themselves in the midst of a divorce typically do struggle with effective communication, at least on some level, so learning how to communicate in a new way can be tremendously helpful. In addition to teaching couples how to communicate and compromise effectively, another advantage of a parenting coordinator is availability and accessibility. As anyone who has litigated any legal matter in court knows well, you simply can't go to a judge each time you have a question about an issue or need to discuss an issue in your divorce in depth. Most judges have very full dockets, and they simply don't have the time. A parenting coordinator assigned to your case, however, is typically more readily available and intimately involved in helping you work through exactly the sorts of issues you want to discuss. They're also trained in helping couples think outside the box and find a middle-of-the-road solution to issues that they can't seem to resolve. The value of this help can't be overstated. Clearly, there are many advantages to using a parenting coordinator and really very few disadvantages. If you find yourself spending an excessive amount of legal fees but still spinning your wheels and getting nowhere, using a parenting coordinator might be a wise choice. If you find yourself arguing continually and devoting the majority of your time to fighting it out in court, instead of being able to spend that time with your kids, a parenting coordinator is probably a good idea. If you simply feel that you're not making progress toward resolving your issues and moving on with your life, this is a choice that can make an important difference, and one that you should certainly spend time considering.